Hey guys, Mecha-san here with another Watch Mojo video here. Power Rangers related, of course. It's a top 10 times Power Rangers tackled serious issues. Okay. Yeah, pretty sure the original Mighty Morphin series, they made a lot of that here, like just where they helped in the community and stuff like that. I mean, talking about serious issues, but because they were the guys were a bunch of goody goods, hardcore. So yeah, some serious issues where it's like obviously I remember Time Force there with the whole issue about bigotry and such with that one mutant who was really harmless. He only got arrested for stealing vegetables. Which makes me wonder, if he was just arrested for just a simple crime like that, why make him an action figure? Why not just have him in regular jail here where he could just do some work and such? And I don't get it. But yeah, that was the whole thing with also Eric. One of the reasons why I kind of like in with him here is he was a bit of an ass at first. Well, so let's see this.
Jace, go win that Golden Pipe trophy for me.
Okay.
I know you can do it. You're a winner. You always have been.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down
Time
for
Force.
the top 10 times Power Rangers
Frax.
tackled serious issues.
Ooh.
I had failed my planet. My
squad. Survivor's guilt.
My...
Big deal.
If humans had taken better care of their worlds, orgs never would have appeared. We are their creation, and we are not to be blamed for this terrible mess.
You think they deserve the same justice we do? Why? They're not even human.
There we go.
Look at him. He's a freak.
For this,
where we go?
We'll be looking at moments in the series and comics that tackled the heavy topics we wouldn't
expect them to. Comics.
Will some issues be heavier
All
than
right,
others,
this is
spoilers ahead.
Oh boy.
What do you think was the toughest issue the Rangers faced? Let us know in the comments.
Okay, so comics here, don't be surprised.
We're struggling to know why a group of teenagers is being forced to save the world anyway. Number 10. Long distance relationships. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
The Dear John letter.
Remember Kimberly's Dear John letter to Tommy and
yeah.
where she admits that she met someone else, leaving school.
And then we had the comics.
But I feel like I found.
And then we had the comics sort of like dealing in that one here, showing that there was no someone.
You'd really like him. Everything would be perfect if it weren't for hurting you.
Well, the 2016 comic miniseries
gave
us another side of the breakup, one that really opens our eyes to relationships. In this continuity, there never was anyone else. Kim broke it off with Tommy because she struggled with her feelings for him, knowing that what they used to have was far behind her. This is, unfortunately, not unlike real long-distance relationships. Sometimes the space proves too much for a couple, and they just grow apart.
Yep.
It's tragic when it happens, but the most we can do
is
maintain a healthy friendship.
Can we live? No, it's true. Can we lift our spirits high?
Yeah, that actually added a whole new level of depth. Like people were, my God.
Learning disabilities. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Okay.
As cheesy as the original Mighty Morphin seasons were, they tackled some rather heavy topics now.
A lot of heavy topics.
Which includes learning disabilities.
Yeah, you read them backwards. That's what caused such an adverse reaction.
Oh, man.
Rocky's classmate Alan has been having trouble in school. He's
dyslexic
with chemistry formulas and has trouble reading properly. It turns out that Alan has dyslexia, a reading disorder that makes it hard to read or understand words and letters, especially when under stress.
What do you mean? When I check the things I've written down, it's like I'm seeing things upside down and backwards.
But really, there's nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah?
Lots of people are dyslexic, including Rocky's uncle. It doesn't mean they're not smart, it just means they need a little help.
When we're under stress, we tend to interpret numbers and letters a little differently than other people.
Right, Rocky's uncle.
Teachers recognize the problem.
And now we know what the problem is. Mr. Wilton said he knows ways to help.
With the right teaching, anyone can work past the disorder and power through school and life. Number 8, divorce.
Oh, wow, yeah, that's right.
It's Parents' Day at Angel
Parents'
Grove,
Day.
and everyone is enjoying the festivities.
Divorce.
Except for Kimberly. She's nervous about seeing her parents together again since they split up.
Kimberly, what's wrong?
I think I vaguely.
My mom and dad.
Wow, yeah, that's when now I remember here. Yeah, like we see the parents here, they're all kind of alike, exactly. But yeah, that's right. Kimberly's parents are divorced and such, and one's remarried.
Hardly seen each other since I got divorced. I don't know. Sometimes I just think this is all my fault.
Yes. It turns out Kimberly's parents are divorced, and she's naturally taking it the hardest. She's worried that they'll both.
Always the common problem here.
Sadly, that is a common mindset for kids with divorced parents, upset over their family coming apart and feeling the need to blame themselves.
I was afraid
that is a sad thing.
Might feel uncomfortable.
Fortunately, both Kimberly's parents are there to reassure her that even though it didn't work out for them, they'll always love their daughter. Something all children in broken families need to know.
Yeah!
Because we're divorced doesn't mean we don't love you. We'll always be here for you.
This, if anything, that's probably the case of a healthy divorce from what we've seen in Kimberly here. It's like, seem they separated amicably, stuff like that. They just realized that they're not together here. That happens sometimes. Time goes on and they change. It's not the child's fault here. I mean, obviously, the child would think that they're to blame here because, they're a factor as well that came in. They weren't a factor when the parents actually got together here. When they came in suddenly, so they kind of get in mindset here. I don't know. It's like it's weird ways in which a lot of people, even adults, can just form all these connections that just don't exist.
Number 7, death.
Oh,
Power Rangers Lost Galaxy.
Oh,
Space Lost Galaxy 2-part team-up was
Death.
arguably one of the best crossovers.
But she came back to life.
But it ended on a very somber note.
Oh yeah.
A violent storm threatens to destroy Terra Venture, but Kendra
caused by the pink Psycho Ranger. They didn't bring back the Psycho Rangers.
You'd think she'd get out of this miraculously.
But no! Kendrick's dead!
She gets caught in the crossfire and becomes the first ranger to die on the battlefield.
I'm okay.
I mean...
I'll always be here.
In reality,
yeah,
Kendrick's had to be written off the show while her actress was fighting leukemia, but it gave viewers a grim reality check. Not every soldier comes back from war alive. However, the message was made moot with her revival in the season finale.
Which I'm okay with, why not?
I knew you'd make it here.
A morphing grid gives you guys this. And that made me teary-eyed. Look at me teary-eyed now.
Number 6.
Oh, wow, yeah. Oh, God, that still makes me teary-eyed. Oh, God, damn it. Damn it! Thank you. Oh, boy, yeah. I mean... Oh, wow, yeah. Oh, I don't know because of OBS here, but I'm looking at the recording. Never mind. Yeah, never mind. The monitor here makes my face look a whole lot red. Oh well. All right. I need a moment still. Ooh, but yeah. Yeah, the actress had leukemia, and so she had to leave the show to get treatment. She's fine. I mean, as we saw right there, she came back and everything like that. That was fortunately that was dealt with. Whew. And sure, why not? I mean, heck, the sword putting the Quicksilver's back here unfroze the entire planet and people paranoid. Why not bring Kendrick back? Thank you, Morphing Grid. Much more reliable than the Force will ever be, in my opinion. And now, free will versus predetermined fate.
Free will versus predetermined fate. Power Rangers Time Force.
Oof, yeah.
Arguably one of the deepest seasons of the franchise. Time Force raised the question most of us barely ask ourselves.
Yeah, it actually had one of the best acting, some good writing here, some good character. Like a lot of this one here and the whole racism thing with the mutants. Oh boy, yeah, there was a lot going on here.
How much control do we have over our lives? With every battle between the Rangers and Rancic in the past, something changes in the future.
I have no idea what the future holds. I know people are in trouble now.
Knowing that is scary enough, and it challenges the idea that we're capable of controlling our own destinies. Will anything we do matter in the future?
I have the perfect future planned out for you.
Your future, not mine.
Yeah.
For the first time in my life, I feel like I'm really making a difference.
Has the future already been decided? Will there even be a future worth protecting? Fortunately, we have someone like Wes to inspire us to take charge of our own destinies.
That totally depends.
Not just what fate or someone else decides.
Honestly, it really depends on the laws in place and everything like that on every world sometimes. Yeah, free will here if you're just constantly evolving here, splitting up into several options here. Like I said, there's an infinite number of everything. So, whatever.
Wes's destiny is to take over his father's company, Biolab. Well, maybe it was. But the future isn't written in stone. We each make our own destiny.
Number 5.
Survivors Guild. Yeah, exactly.
SPD. Guilt has been a recurring issue for the series, dating as far back as Season 2 of Mighty Morphin, where Jason blamed himself for Tommy losing his powers.
It's my fault he lost his powers in the first place. If I'd gotten the green candle, he'd still be one of us.
Come on, Jace, you had no choice. I know, I was there.
In SPD, however, it's taken to an extreme new level.
Oh boy, yeah.
Suffers from serious survivor's guilt.
I was only
by Emperor Grum. His wife was taken from him, and he was the only survivor of the brutality.
He thought his wife was dead.
People were gone. I was the last of my squad. The last of my kind.
The last of his kind.
Like this never truly goes away, and Kruger remains haunted by that terrible battle. Fortunately, it also inspired him to give it his all to defeat Grum, as both a mentor and the Shadow Ranger.
And honestly, if his wife was still alive, you didn't even know. Who knows? More of his kind could still be around. I love. Yeah, Shadow, one of my favorites.
4. Eating disorders.
Eating disorders.
Power Rangers Turbo. Kat is excited to be performing the lead in the upcoming ballet until a jealous dancer gets inside her head and makes her think she's overweight.
Hey, Kat, aren't you gonna eat?
Oh.
I'm hungry. Well, that's a new one. You're always up for something to eat. What's wrong? Well, it's just that with the ballet.
Oh, yeah, the little periscope that can come out of any. If there's a puddle, any form of water or anything like that, that periscope can just come out of anywhere.
She starts skipping meals, desperate to look her best for the sweet, until she's
starving
and feeling lightheaded. It only gets worse when Divatox's monster gets involved. Thankfully, a little self-confidence is all Kat needs to ditch the crash diet and give an amazing performance at the show.
That is the finest performance I've seen in a long time. You have a style and grace all your own. You should be very proud.
While we're
there we
glad
go.
she didn't take her anorexic behavior too far, some people, unfortunately, aren't as lucky.
Yeah.
Their self-image issues reach dangerous levels. Despite this season's infamy, you've got to hand it to Turbo for daring to tackle this delicate subject.
But yeah, we've heard the cases of people who ate stuff like that, sometimes just causing their lunch or whatever to hurl. That's just no.
I think I understand now. It's not how I look that matters. It's what's in my heart that counts.
Yeah, pretty much.
Loss.
Oh boy, yeah, here we go. Yeah.
Another big subject SPD wasn't afraid to take on. Loss. As we mentioned earlier, Commander Kruger still mourns the loss of his homeworld, but there's another ranger coping with loss. Sky.
All I ever wanted to be was just like him. A Red Ranger. So your father was an incredible guy. He was my hero.
Sky's
of
dad
course, your
was
father.
an SPD Red Ranger and Sky's idol. but he didn't make it out of the battle alive one day. Much like Kruger's move to defeat Grum, Sky's loss drove his desire to become the Red Ranger, to follow in his father's footsteps and honor his memory.
This one's for you.
SPD, emergency!
He became the Red Ranger for the first time there.
I don't care what color you are. You're going down.
I don't think so.
Both Sky and Kruger's stories show how difficult struggling through a loss is, and how it can motivate someone to better themselves in honor of their dearly departed.
Well, I know he would have been proud of you if he could have seen you in action today. In a weird way, I felt he was with me.
Number 2.
It's so weird that's seeing with his dad his dad like with the freaking Time Force outfit and everything. It's like I still, even though it's proven here, part of me still like to believe the theory that that's Wesley Collins but Wesley Collins died. Oh boy. And yeah, environmental destruction. That was Wild Force whole theme.
Rangers Wild Force. This issue is pretty much a benchmark of Wild Force.
Yep.
Pollution and environmental terrorism.
The ozone's gone. Toxic waste is being dumped everywhere. Animals are getting sick. And the
extinct.
environment's being ruined.
The biggest reason the orgs were able to rise again was that the Earth's pollution became dangerously high. Nature is suffering, animals are getting hurt, and it's slowly becoming a toxic playground.
And animals are getting hurt. Many species are going extinct. At least like in the wild, stuff like that here, where recently we discovered like a whole subspecies of wolves or something like that, or have just all been gone extinct recently. And yeah, things are getting bad. Things are getting bad from worse, and Wild Force, in a way, was ahead of its time when, well, actually, this fit any time here. So
Humans made all this trash in just 3,000 years.
Yep, and cleaning. It's only recent, and yeah, we've seen some attempts to recycle these days here, but they're pretty half-hearted for the most part here. I mean, anything's a good attempt here, but
Yes, this season can be a bit preachy about environmental
yeah.
But it's not an issue we can simply ignore. The fact is, we need to do a better job of cleaning up the planet, and we don't have Power Rangers to help us. In addition, we also shouldn't punish the ones actually fighting to save the world. Seriously, what the hell, Animus?
I'm taking the ground swords away from you. You will have to fight without them.
Animus, no!
You humans have made a mess of the Earth.
that was...
Before we continue, be sure to...
I mean, what was the whole metaphor? I mean, was this whole metaphor here like, yeah, everyone is suffering because of us, some humans here, like most humans here, even though, yeah, we got some, but the fact it was humanity as a whole caused so much pollution, so much environmental destruction that everyone is suffering, and I don't know, but yeah, it's like the Power Rangers were trying to fight, and what? And it turned out to be a test. Sadly, in a way, I can sort of see his reasoning behind it. And yeah, while indeed Wild Force does get preachy. The problem is there. In a way, it's kind of justified, since this is a problem that's literally everywhere. It is every corner here, like piled up and such here. That's how bad things are. And people are like, kind of turning a blind eye for the most part. Now for that couple of decades or so, recycling attempts have been happening, but still, it's like, how much? I mean, have we made a dent? Not really. I mean, I've seen some documentaries recently discuss about this stuff, and we are barely making a dent in all the trash and just everything.
Subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You
Let's-
have the
okay,
option
so-
to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1.
Race. Oh boy.
Power Rangers Time Force.
Yep.
Taking the number 1 spot is
Racism.
arguably the heaviest issue the Rangers have dealt with to date. One that, unfortunately, still plagues us today.
Yep.
The future isn't very accepting of imperfection. I was shunned by everyone who saw me, an outcast.
Society cast Ransik aside solely because of his appearance, which ultimately led to his own hatred of humans. Even Eric, a Power Ranger, was clouded by prejudice, willing to try and shoot an innocent mutant for being different.
Yeah, that's one of the cases where one of the problems when you make it so becoming a Power Ranger can become so readily available like this, and not having like the strength of heart or this good moral standing or something like that. Here, it used to be that's how power worked here, but obviously as the morphing grid was more studied and analyzed, it got to the point where anyone can eventually become a Power Ranger. As we saw with Eric here, all he had to do was find the energy box, put his hand in, and voila! That's it. He was a power. He was a Quantum Ranger, even though he clearly did not have the much of the qualifications for being a Power Ranger.
Eric, you're making a big mistake.
There's no mistake. Mutants have to be destroyed, plain and simple.
Yeah, it's like mutants. They don't destroy. The Time Force Rangers never destroy mutants. They arrest them. Yeah, they turn into action figures, but they're still alive. They're still alive here, and they're just locked up. That's it. That's it. Basically, Time Force was SPD before SPD.
Cycle of hatred and racism is a poison that hurts anyone it touches, and the victims of xenophobia suffer the worst. However, one brave soul willing to stand up for what's right can make a huge difference. And someday, maybe we can break the cycle of hatred and live in peace.
Humans rejected your father and taught him to hate. Then he destroyed me, and soon I was filled with hatred as well.
And there's this guy, Frax.
Cycle that never ends, Nadira.
Do you agree with our picks?
Yeah.
Check out this other recent clip from Watch Mojo.
Then we had Frax, the reveal of Frax there, how he was a human who helped Ransik. He didn't care about that he was a mutant, and look what Ransik did to him. So yeah, he blames humanity, and yeah, but there was humans that tried to help him. They established there was humans to try to help Ransik, but at that point in time, it was too little, too late. And clearly, even before he ever donned the armor and such, it was way late. He was already had big prejudice against humanity and how they treated him and mutants. So yeah. And so it spread from one to another. It made what was Ransik turn. So yeah, the hatred of the humans of the future here made Ransik into what he is, to the point where even when a human gives him off a helping hand, he strikes him down, and thereby new hatred cycle begins. Heavy. The heavy subject here. I mean, obvious. Racism, like the free will, termination, death, loss, survivor's guilt. Oh boy, the Dear John. Yeah, like the Dear John letter here, the breakup. I'm glad for that comic book. I gotta read more of the comics of Power Ranger, Boom Studios comics. Gotta find the trades actually here. Normally I would like to have single issues here, but at this point, just the trades. Just a trade collection here, like one big, much easier. Really? A lot of these, wow, my Kimberly's, the fact that parents are divorced here. Yeah. Well, everyone, thank you for watching. As always, comment what you all thought. Like and subscribe for more videos. Till next one. is Mecha-san logging out.